A coffee egg would be a coffee that's been hard boiled, an egg that's been hard boiled in a pot of coffee. That would be that would be a coffee egg. But
I would try.
Egg coffee. Yeah.
Like in a percolator, right? Where you're actually boiling
Let's
the water.
make both of those and then see which ones.
That's the thing. A tea egg is a thing.
But wait, no,
cook
actually,
it in tea.
But the coffee's not going to penetrate the shell of the egg and actually affect the flavor. So what's
it is.
He's so sure of it. I mean, you were so clear and so sure that.
Oh, yes, it will.
It most certainly will.
You think? It's like you work for the.
How's it going to penetrate the shell of the egg? By the way, I love your passion for this. I really do.
I have no idea. Certainty.
There really is. I have no idea.
I've had a tea egg before. I've had a tea egg, which was an egg that was boiled in tea, and it was delicious.
It tasted like tea?
Yeah. Very good.
You're blowing my mind. I've never heard of that. A tea egg?
Yes.
What is this?
It's from the other cultures, man.
What culture?
Japan.
Oh.
And Chinese.
Chinese. Okay. I don't know.
Chinese tea eggs.
Yes. Chinese tea eggs. And then
God.
Will you find if
simmered in a savory liquid with star anise,
that's why you
sticks and peppercorns.
Star anise.
But do they peel the egg before they boil it? That's what we need to know.
No, you can't peel it before you boil it. Before you boil it.
If you peeled an egg before you boil it. What was I saying?
Anyway, should we move past the poll?
Yeah,
we can keep talking.
I mean, I don't know. I think we want to keep it going. A lot of comments.
You want to poke the bear.
Don't poke the bear.
Don't poke the bear. Let the bear come out when the bear wants to
poke it later.
Okay.
Well, because also, I mean...
See, the thing, if the bear knows it's going to be poked, it's not going to...
No, it will. It'll still get mad. The bear's stupid. The bear's not that smart.
The bear's just a bear.
He's just a dumb bear.
He just doesn't want to get poked. How many times do you think you can poke a bear with a stick before it starts to slash at you?
I think not that many.
I think you could get 6 pokes in.
Is the bear asleep? Is the bear hibernating?
No.
Have you covered yourself in something to cover up your smell? Does he know you're there?
You're just you. And the
so he can smell you.
No, in the scenario, you're you.
The bear's not around. It's not protecting his child, right? The bear's just doing his bear
Just a bear, like foraging for whatever.
It's
in a good mood. Even
this is 2022, so it's used to people everywhere. And you go up to the bear, and you're in the park, and you're like, "Wow, I'm getting right up to this bear."
Yeah.
And you poke it with a stick once, and the bear's like, "Huh, what the fuck was that?"
You're fucking
you know what I mean?
Right?
You poke it again, and the bear's like, "Oh, what's this guy doing?" You poke it a third time, the bear's like, oh, I'm getting a little agitated
That's
here.
3.
You poke it a 4th time, and the bear's like, "Is this guy serious?"
Are you fucking
When is
kidding
he
me?
checking it for honey, though? I mean,
No, you poke it the 5th time, and the bear's like, "All right, dude, forget this guy. I don't know what to do."
I might have to teach him a lesson.
You poke it the 6th time, and the bear's like, "You're dead."
So you think
he swats him,
You get
and then he's
5 pokes of the bear?
I
6. He's saying 6.
think you could poke a bear 6 times before.
He just explained the price.
No, he got away with it 5 times.
Got away with it 5.
And on the 6th time,
he got swiped.
Yeah.
I think with about at least like a 6-foot stick. I'm not saying like it's so close to you because the bear's got
Well, you want to do this safely.
1, 2.
You want to stab the bear with a stick from a safe distance.
Yeah.
But if you want, I can look up what the internet says you guys.
Yeah, let's see what it says about us and see if it's accurate.
And then see.
Yeah, I know it's not. The internet says I'm 5'10", and I'm not.
You taller?
You're taller
You
than
must be
that.
taller than that.
I am taller.
Why has the internet shortened you?
I don't know why the internet would do that to me. I don't
dare.
How dare the internet? I'm 5'10" and a half.
I'll tell you what's some bullshit on the internet. Those whole net worth things.
Oh,
those are fun.
Those are fun,
but they're total bullshit.
I wish they were real.
Yeah,
but they're not real.
Megan, what's our net worth?
Yeah, go to the net worth.
What's our height first? What's our height?
That's what's our height.
How tall am I?
Wait, let's guess this. Are they going to guess you taller or shorter or dead or right on?
I'm actually not even certain how tall you are. 5'7"?
With a pair of shoes on. Take my shoes off. I'm
5'6".
probably 5'6" and 3/4.
Well, that's what we're talking about with no shoes on.
The internet says 5'7" for you, Charlie.
Okay.
Rob 5'10".
What the fuck?
And Glenn 5'10" as well.
Oh, we're the same.
Oh, we're the same height. Yeah. That's clear.
Look, the internet says it.
The internet says it is so.
It claims that Charlie's worth $30 million.
Oh my! Can I take that to the? Can I cash that in?
Wow.
Can I take that to the bank?
I mean, I don't know.
That's something fucking bullshit. I should be.
You should have $30 million.
God damn it.
Yeah. How much do I have?
It says Rob's worth $50 million.
Oh,
which
50?
is
What?
Why are you worth so much?
I would almost double. What?
Well, is
and
that
Glenn 25.
The internet hates you, man.
that hurts? That hurts.
The internet thinks
What
you're
is that
short
based on?
and poor.
Well, see, okay, so
And I'm tall and rich.
And you're
I love the internet.
they're building you up and tearing me down. But this is what the internet does, isn't it? It takes the biggest star and tries to tear him down. That's what the internet does, man.
First question is, what makes Glenn the most angry?
The difficult thing I think about this is that so many things make me angry. So I wrote down a sort of a broader category which would encompass what you wrote, Charlie.
Can I have a 1 second guess? I won't write it, but just to say.
Yes.
Did you write the word life?
Wait, I think I know what you did.
I've seen compilations of like classic Hollywood bloopers from like the 50s and stuff.
I
It's
watch
kind
those
of
from time to time.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's really weird. But they talk in that, you know how like people used to talk in that like
Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah, what is
weird,
that?
yeah, is that what it's called?
Mid-Atlantic, yeah.
It is mid-Atlantic,
accent.
but yeah, it seems very British influence. It's almost like everyone
That's why
wanted.
it's called Mid-Atlantic. It's
my God.
halfway between us and England.
Some tension here.
Just
okay.
play the-
Rob, is the sun up at your house? Because like the sun's like just coming up in my house, and I gotta have this like super harsh overhead lighting. You look well lit.
I've been doing Zoom since 2020, so I have lighting set up. Well, I mean, it's not really. It's just a light.
Because you're a fucking bitch, dude.
I mean, it's just a light.
You got a lighting set up.
Folks, I do want to make this very clear that I never took martial arts in my entire life.
What?
Really?
Yep. So that.
So what you're about to see is happening in real time.
So you're not even a ninja, and you think you're gonna be able to kick this door in?
Ninjas don't kick in doors. For the record,
They sneak in windows.
they're sneakier than that.
Can we set the scene a little bit more? So because there are viewers now, but there are listeners who have no idea what we're talking about.
What do you mean?
We haven't addressed that you've been hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you
Right.
have a sling.
We dove right in.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Glenn has a giant cast that I believe we'll all sign. His leg is immobilized.
Well, not a cast. It's a sling.
His leg is immobilized. No, I'm setting a.
he's trying to do a dramatic.
Yeah, I was just
thing.
making it
Sorry,
more of a
I
thing.
didn't
Sorry.
sleep great last night.
Sorry,
Again.
That's okay.
Okay, so you didn't sleep
wasn't-
great and you're in pain. Okay, this should be great, Megan. Let's,
Yeah, he slept
okay.
great, but his jokes are bad.
I'm fascinated by you thinking that you have this revelation. You've come up with this hangover cure that nobody's ever heard of.
Yeah, and what is that, Rob?
But it's
what is it?
It's having a drink and then drinking a glass of water.
Wrong. You're already wrong right off the bat. You're wrong. And this is why I know. And this is why I know that your argument's fucking bullshit. Because right off the bat, you don't even remember what my formula was.
Okay, what's your formula?
No, I don't want to tell you anymore because you're just gonna fucking
You
make
don't
fun of
wanna-
me.
you
I
don't-
love that you do that accent in the episode. Like that is an accent that I still hear actors do when they play Southern people. That it just does not exist anymore. There are people in the South that have very strong accents. They just don't sound like that.
You're just
Yeah, I hear
going
the
out
nuances.
of your way to say my bad accent was bad. That's what I'm picking up on. Like I feel like you're jumping through hoops
to come down on you.
to come down on the accent. And like, listen,
No,
man, I know
I-
it was a cartoon accent.
No, I know you do. I know. That's why it's funny. I like that you do that. And but that's why also, I threw in the I see that. I see your gestures. I mean,
It's your
you know,
sunglasses and your duster and your judgments on accents.
a toast to our good buddy Rob. He's the reason we all got this job. Yeah.
All right, great. Well, we're going to watch this episode, which I have to say has one of my favorite Dee and Charlie storylines in it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys are the best pairing. So
Yeah.
That's
I'm
true.
excited for
That's
this.
true.
I resent
And
that.
at
I
any
resent
point that you want me to stop, just say stop it.
That's so perfect. Like their chemistry was like,
crackling right in
You're
front
always
of me. I
firing.
saw the whole thing. You know, he sings.
I did that intentionally though. It was a bit. It was a bit.
He was doing a bit.
Danny, I feel like he was prepping.
He was
a movie.
Yeah, the movie that didn't go.
And it didn't come together.
Morgan Freeman.
Something he was directing.
I remember being in the trailer down by those stages in Culver City and getting a phone call saying, can you work this out? I need to go and fly and see Morgan. And we did. Because you know what? We're great partners.
Well, I tell you what, I think the episode, and this is not there's a high five happening here for the listeners.
So
and it was
sad.
really
That was
bad.
so sad.
That's
what
not the
happened
high
there?
five of a best friend.
He's more measured. He's more measured. Like we tend to go like all like hot in various things. And not that he doesn't get hot, but
we're both Aries.
We're
both Aries.
Christ.
You know, that was it's in the stars.
Is that a new thing?
It's in the stars. Okay, this is
in the stars. It was in the stars.
This is ancient knowledge. Okay.
I'm also curious about David's note cards. So I don't want to just blow right
I also
by
want to hear
that.
what's on the note cards.
Let's
What
do
you wanna
fan.
do?
Is it
Fan
a
questions
lull?
first?
Yeah,
Let's do a little bit of both.
Well,
we haven't
what's
had a
on those
lull.
cards, man? I'm just curious. Like,
No,
let's do that first.
It was just topics. If,
what do you got?
I was gonna, if every day is a gift, then open up your present and enjoy.
Well, what's
That's
your
not a
question?
topic. That's more of a...
No, these were like points I was gonna make on like a TED talk.
Great.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
what else you got?
Yeah,
I wasn't listening. What was
That
it
was
again?
good.
create the Netflix algorithm for life. What do you want to see on your homepage?
Yeah.
Good. That's good.
I like
This is
that,
good
man.
stuff.
This
yeah.
is
Just because
great.
people tune in to hear,
Yeah.
reflect
To
on
learn.
Wisdoms.
To
Yeah,
learn.
wisdom.
Yeah, this is a learning podcast.
Stop parenting your kids and start kidding your parents. I just feel like sometimes they just rearrange things. So
Yeah. It's just whatever the
That's
backwards
good.
is.
Yeah.
That's about. I mean, there's more, but you want?
I'm enjoying them.
Yeah,
I like
I
these.
could go
I
for
like these a
another
lot.
one.
A bear market in your love life is a bull market in self-reflection.
I can't sort that
It's
one out.
time to look at
It's
yourself.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
I don't go.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the markets.
So were these
I
to
don't know enough
create
about
a
bears.
lull or to fill one?
What about the very first time you came into the audition room? What do you remember from that experience?
Did you felt instantly in love,
Do
right?
you even remember Rob in the room?
No, so what I do remember is as soon as I got in my car, I called my manager because I thought it was such a good, I wanted it so bad, and I was like, I think that was really good. And she goes, were any of them cute? And I was like, not really.
I've done BetterHelp in the past, and I found it super helpful to be able to voice my thoughts to someone who is licensed and knew who they were. What's going on?
I don't know. It kind of
Something about the way you read that was so.
It was like a little bit like an 8th grade report. It was like super cute.
I'm not an actress.
I know, but that's
No, I don't know. It's never hit. It's never happened before.
same.
But
I've never caught it before, but
there was this one little moment, and then both Charlie and I heard it, and then we looked at each other, and that was it.
yeah.
I just
sorry.
laughed because they were laughing.
Yeah, sorry. But it was good.
Plants are fucking assholes, man.
No,
fucking-
just
Wait,
not all
Meg, are
of
we
them.
wrong?
They're fucking
here
assholes.
we
Not
go.
all of them. Some
Plants
of them
are fucking assholes. Like they.
Yeah.
Okay,
in
so
hot.
you can have
Plants.
like outside. There's a sidewalk, right? And through the sidewalk, it will literally plants will fucking grow
That's right.
out of the sidewalk.
That's right.
And yet I can have a plant in my house right next to the window that I water every day, very
You
delicately.
put it in a pot.
And I put it in.
It doesn't want to be in a pot.
It wants to be under the sidewalk.
Resolution.
Okay,
I mean,
so
what
the
happened?
resolution to
As
this
far as
story
we know, the car is still there.
I abandoned it again. I went home again. Now, this car is like completely across town from where I live, right? So that's the other thing too. Is I would call people from Tesla from my house, and they'd be like, "Are you with the car now?" And I'd be like, "Nope." Well, it's gonna be hard to troubleshoot with you not near the car. And I'm like,
I can't wait
I'm
to
gonna
write
kill
this episode.
somebody. I gotta kill someone. It's not you because I don't know how to get to you. Someone's gonna die today if you can't help me figure this out. Why is it so satisfying to harmonize? It is so satisfying. I grew up doing that with my sister. Like we would sit in the back seat of the car, we would listen to songs on the radio, and we would sit back.
You want
there
to
and-
hear my like hippie version of that?
Yes.
Because a harmony is in tune with like whatever vibrations of the planet. Like,
Yeah.
We're getting in some Eckhart Tolle shit.
Yeah.
I don't read that fucking guy, man.
I know, it's the same
He's not
thing.
the fucking boss of me.
No,
I also
actually,
don't
once you
want my
put the
drink
eggs
to
in-
be my meal. I like a meal. I like a
really?
drink, but I don't want my drink to be my meal.
I would drink every single meal if I could.
Really?
Every
Yeah,
single
you
meal.
don't really
I want to
enjoy
be
food.
chewing and
Chewing's
that's-
a massive waste of time and energy.
you want
I want to mix it with my saliva and swallow it. That's it.
That's it. Well, the way you chew, it is a waste of time, though.
I do chew a lot.
There's a lot of chewing.
There's a lot of chewing.
Lot
There's
of chewing.
compartmentalizing of the food.
I hate the way I eat.
It gets chewed and go into a lower corner. It sits there for a while where something else is chewed and moved up into the top of your mouth. Then at some point it swirls together. It's an assembly line. It's an assembly line.
It's something I
You're separating the egg from the salt in your mouth somehow because you've learned what will metabolize faster.
So right.
You
It's
are
totally
turning
true.
food into a liquid in your mouth
I'm
before it's
liquefying
being
it.
swallowed.
Do you guys eat one food at a time? In other words, like, do you take a bite of, green beans or whatever and like chew that up before you take a bite of mashed potatoes? Or do you just get it all in there? Like, so I want everything in my mouth at the same time.
Okay, cut that.
I go a little more lizard brain, with the eating, and it's just like, Charlie, eat now.
So there's a measure called a CRP, a C-reactive protein, and it's a generalized inflammatory marker. We have a three-way tie for the best number, which would be, sorry, Charlie, would be Rob, Glenn, and Megan. You're going to be so sorry you asked me to do
I know.
this.
I predicted myself to be the loser. I'm in a
But
lot
your
of pain,
number
and I feel
was
ill.
good. Your number was also normal. So
I'm in a lot of pain and I feel very ill.
I ate too many mushrooms once at a Fish concert in 96. I remember another one of my buddies said, he's like, man, the cutest girl came up to you and asked you for a cigarette, and all you said was like, yeah, I'm all about it. Yeah, I'm all about it. And wandered off,
I talked to you guys when I was in New York. It was my birthday. We went out. Artemis took us to this Irish bar that was open till like 3 or 4 in the morning or something like that.
Uh-huh.
There's just 3 people there, 2 women and a guy. And the blonde woman's like kind of swaying, and then like she makes eye contact with me, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like not that she recognized me, but just that she was like, I need to talk to her. So everyone,
I see somebody.
she's
Just
like
looking at your
and
forehead.
then like the
It's like drunk people always look at.
I think they look through you.
They look
right?
through
Like,
you.
I think that's a trick to do. It's like if you just look through somebody.
And I feel like women to women drunk, often they need to tell you a secret, but into your mouth. I need to tell you, and then you're like, I don't hear
Into my
that way. So if you put your
It's the best way to tell you is to get it into your mouth.
if I put my secret in your mouth,
Then you'll have my secret in your
you
in
can
my-
eat it,
in my
you can
mouth.
feel
Hold this
pain.
for
Then you can eat it. You can
have
eat it and
pain.
feel my pain.
so you pass it on to your friend's mouth.
Why is it I can see pictures of Brad Pitt with super short hair, right? And then the next week, he can have long hair and a ponytail. What's going on?
It might be.
Pictures can be
it
taken
might
at
be,
different
yeah,
times.
The thing about pictures.
No. I brought this up
No, I
once.
saw this
Is
picture.
he holding a newspaper up with the date on it?
Buddy, how long do you think it would take you to grow your hair to the point where you could have a real ponytail? Not a little nubbin, but an actual ponytail.
Am I Brad Pitt?
35
In this
seconds.
scenario, you are.
The man can do anything.
Yeah.
You're saying Brad Pitt is so awesome that he can grow his hair at a rate.
Has he ever let you
If
down?
anyone could, come on.
Charlie, I love your Hitler mustache. You look nice.
No.
What?
Stop
What?
that.
What?
Stop that. Hitler. It was
He
just
stopped
there
it a little
there,
earlier.
But I grew it all out the side.
You tried. You tried.
This means I'm gonna kill everyone and everything, and this means I'm just going to arrest you, but I might take a bribe.
Well, by the way,
I cannot tell you how mad he got when I said, you don't have a boss.
Yeah.
There's no one in the... You don't have a boss?
I was frustrated
You
for
wrote
him.
Hamilton.
Why
You don't have a
you
boss?
don't have a boss, man? Can I just break this down for you? You don't have a boss.
And then some
he-
guy
when he
named
writes
Tommy
Philly
was
Song,
like,
I was at the drive.
"Is that right? Yeah. Lin-Manuel doesn't have a boss? Let me tell you about his father's debts.
I have become very good friends with the person who is the CEO and chairman of MySpace.
Oh, was?
And he was the one that sold it to Rupert Murdoch.
Okay.
At Fox, and he told me the whole story, and it's wild.
Go.
Well, basically, he was summoned to Fox.
Summoned.
Because they were trying to figure out, like, okay, what's the next...
Bring him to me. That's Rupert.
Wait, somebody made a joke about Fox on MySpace.
I want to know who this guy
All right, yeah,
is.
he's got to have a...
Bring him to me.
I don't want your jokes. I don't care whose fucking space it is.
Is he still my boss?
No, he sold it. He sold us
Sold
to
it
Disney.
to the mouse.
Okay, who's my boss now?
It's me
John
now.
Disney? John Disney?
So keep your trap shut. Fuck off, Rupert. I'll smack you around, Rupee.
Can somebody explain? I don't really understand this Bible verse. The meek shall inherit the earth.
Yeah.
That's I would have thought that it would have been the rich shall inherit the earth. The meek are going to do great in the afterlife. Because I thought that was the whole thing.
I think it's also a part of the promise when the meek were like, wait a second, we got the numbers, and then the strong were like, well, no, the people in power were like, no, you have the heaven, and then they were like, okay, that's good, and that worked for a while, and then the meek were like, but can we have it here too? And they were like, fuck, all right, let's just promise it to them.
But the problem is inheriting the earth. That's some serious wealth, and then you're no longer meek. So it's
also a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, how does that work?
How does that
shake out?
Once you've inherited the earth, you're no
like,
longer
fuck,
meek.
man, I used to be meek, but I have the whole earth now.
Yeah, and now I can't.
And it's tough to stay meek.
And now I can't go to heaven, so I should just give
Bro,
it back.
you still meek? Oh, man, he's sold out. He ain't meek anymore.
He's sold out.
He's got the earth and shit. But no snakes there in Ireland, as is the case with, oh, look at you coming in to fix my mic. As is the case with Hawaii. You know about this? You know about this?
Yeah, no
snakes. You know about this? You know about this?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No snakes.
No snakes.
No snakes. They got like one species of snake, which is more like a worm. So
a worm is just a snake that is like way more lame, right? You know what I mean? It's like all worms want to be snakes. You know what I mean? Like they're worms.
When I grow up, I'm definitely gonna be a snake, dude. I know I can make this happen.
Doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Walter, it does not work that way.
Wait, hold on. Walter, is that your fist or your butt? I was a sophomore in college and I decided, maybe I want to go to acting school. And so I applied to BU and I did the audition. And I remember the one acting teacher at my college gave me some pretty bad advice, which was, he's like, you don't have to do a monologue, do a scene and just do your half of the scene. So, yeah, I know it's really bad advice. So I did something like from Hurly Burly and like, I would say like my line and then pretend I was hearing a response. So I'd be like, it's the menus, Karen. You know, like you're not even looking at the menu. Pause. Oh, really? Oh, really? You would say that. You know, like that kind of, like, of course.
Rapatata.
Yeah, well, I didn't get in. Of course, it didn't go well.
How you walk around and you don't
chairs greased? Did somebody just grease these?
That was amazing.
So we're welcome to the podcast. Sorry.
Is it possible that you greased your clothing? Maybe Mary Elizabeth greased you up before you left.
I'm getting.
She's not
I
here.
don't like this chair. I'm realizing the vent. But do we turn that on?
Yeah, we can turn.
You want to switch? Because mine's been greased.
The vent is blowing right on me, and
I don't even know if oh yeah,
you can do it as well. You can do it right in the very.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Once you get some momentum too, it's hard to start, but then once you get going,
Yeah.
By the way,
these are like luge chairs.
Charlie, do you remember if chopping a camel in its hump with this thing and drinking the milk off the tip of the sword, if that line was scripted, or did you just make that up?
No way. You. I remember distinctly you making that up in the middle of that scene.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, that is insane. It is so fucking funny what he's talking about, chopping a camel in its hump and drinking its milk. I was like, this dude, who is this guy? Like, who comes up with something that funny that fast?
It was probably a combo of me not knowing whether or not there was actually milk in there. You know, like doing the riff, but also being like slightly unsure. Like, is it water? Is it milk? Is it just a cellular growth? What's in there? What's in that camel sup? I don't actually know.
The thing about quicksand is you get to watch it happen slowly, and the person has the opportunity to change their mind, right? So you can pull them out of the quicksand. Sure. You're like, you're going down. This is happening.
They should call it slow sand.
Yeah, it's not so.
It's not quick at all.
It should be called slow sand.
Why is it quicksand? It's very slow.
Why are we the only animal that has to cook its food?
Well, I'll tell you what happened.
What happened?
As we started cooking food, our lower intestines, our intestinal tract got smaller, which made room for our brains to get bigger.
Your brain couldn't get big until your intestines got small? What's the correlation there?
Well, just your intestine was doing a lot more work because you were just only eating raw foods and trying to, just like the animals, all the other animals.
Okay, so more power was able to.
But then we got fire, and then as we got fired, we got smarter, and our brains got bigger, and then suddenly, we're in charge, and not the town tiger.
I don't know enough.
Because we figured out how to trap it. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, you can use some visualization techniques to coax a poop out. Have you guys ever tried that? That works.
No. Not only have I not done that, I've never heard of anything like that.
Now, this was probably something that it just won't be for everybody because it's a little strange. I don't know why, but picturing a dog pooping will make me poop. You know how they get in that weird...
Oh,
okay.
dude, that is all over the map.
Okay.
That is all over
the dogs are like, and they just like,
they
know.
They know.
Yeah, they feel shame.
What type of dog?
Yeah, that's really
like a 30-pound dog, like a 30-pound dog.
A medium-sized dog.
Yeah, it's not a small dog because I can't relate to that. But it's not like a dog. Yeah, I need to. You know what I mean? I need to see myself in the dog, I guess, and in some ways.
Yeah, but there's like a handful of things that always sounded kind of interesting to me that I always wanted to test the theory of. One of them is just like getting chloroformed.
Oh,
having somebody put put a chloroform over. That's something we could do.
How am I going to explain these expenses to my business?
According to the movies, you got to pour it on the cloth and you got to get it around the guy's mouth. And you got to hold it there for a while. Like, it doesn't happen instantly. You got to. There's going to be some struggle first.
That person has to have one good inhale.
I'm glad you're saying he's going to struggle.
It's a he on he.
You know what?
Chloroforming, yeah.
You know what? Yeah, this is a he on he in my mind. And you know what, Megan? I'm way more glad.
It's good. It's good that it's a man in your fantasy. It is good. But I like to believe I can count. I can fight it off the way that I could not as well as I can fight off the propofol, but I could fight off the chloroform. I think.
I think we should find out how toxic it is, right? Like, we don't want to do any permanent damage here. But if we're looking at a situation where it's not that bad for you,
right. I'll do that. I'll do that.
It certainly sounds like a good time.
If we find out that it's really not a huge deal to knock someone out with a noxious chemical gas, then I will do that where you try to chloroform me and I try to fight it off.
So all of our fantasies get to come true.
What does that mean? You try to fight it off? Do you get to physically try to fight Glenn off?
Okay.
Because that's a big part of not being chloroformed. It's like, the guy put the rag over my mouth. I'm going to kick backwards, try to catch his nuts, and scramble out of that really quick. Versus like, I'm going to try to not let the chemical.
Yeah, fair. I would say we could start. We could start in a very specific position, which I have to let him get it to my face. And then from
I think, Rob, if you really want to do this, we have to see that it's safe, and then we have to not let you know when Glenn's going to chloroform you.
That's true.
That's the real test. If he starts doing it, can he do it quick enough to knock you out?
I got to be ready for it at any time.
I don't want to be a part of this.
No, that's probably fair.
I don't blame you.
Now, if I see like a true crime series or whatever, like a thing that's like, the story's going to unfold over even 4 episodes. If it takes you 4 episodes, even that's too much for me. I'm like, I'll do 2. 2 1-hour episodes. That's how much fucking time you've got to tell me this story. Otherwise, I'm out.
Because unlike the victim, you have a life to live. You've got stuff to do.
Oh God!
Man, damn, Megan.
Megan,
wow.
Jesus Christ.
Today I dropped off one son. I stopped and got the coffee, and then I went and got a facial.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to take care of that face. I got a facial, and now I'm on my way to have lunch with a friend, and then I have a doctor appointment in the afternoon, and then I'm going to pick up both boys.
This is great.
From school.
Thank you. Now I understand
This is good.
your schedule here. This is really good. Is there anything you want to promote or?
Rob, do you get worried? Are you the jealous type? Are you like now who's the friend she's having lunch with, and is it the same person who gave her the facial? And what's happening here? Like, what
kind of facial was it?
Yeah, exactly.
As a fan of Glenn, I recognize, I can see in his camera that he's staying in a hotel room. There's a part of me that wants to know how many times today or since you got to the hotel room have you masturbated? I want to know. Now, I want to know that as your friend. I want to know that as a fan of yours because I find it funny. I'm picturing you landing and being like, I haven't been away from my family in like a year and a half. I'm going to lock this door and I'm going to beat my dick like it owes me money. And I'm going to do it for like a solid 3 hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna strip at least 3 or 4 layers of skin off this thing.
It was just the 3 of us in an apartment. And I was like, David, I mean, it says in the script that you're naked, so I guess you gotta get naked. Again, maybe it's a bunch of dudes and we're friends. It was not an abusive situation,
No.
But then he was like, well, how am I gonna show my ass? Like when I turn around, you're gonna see my dick. And I was like, I'll shoot above it. And he's like, I don't trust you. And I was like, I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. That's smart. And so he puts a sock on, and then we shot it, and I stayed above it because who wants to see a sock? And then afterwards, he put on a robe, and we were like, "All right, you good?" And he just turned to us and goes, "Did you get your shot, Mr. Producer? I hope you're happy. Get your shot. May I have my free soup now?" I'm driving along Sunset Boulevard. And I see this woman who's like she's a little ahead of me. She's in the right-hand lane.
Okay.
I see her roll down her window, and she very clearly takes her hand and it's like full of detritus. I don't know exactly what it is. She just
Thank you for using that word.
Throws it out the window. It looked like she just went down the side, like that little side pocket, and was just like,
it's like, you know what? I'm sick of this being
I'm
there.
sick of this being
Enough
in the car.
of this shit.
I need a place for my water bottle.
It looked like there was like bits of plastic. It was just a bunch of, that's why I used the word detritus. It just looked like a bunch of
And
shit.
she didn't look first to make sure you weren't around before she threw this out her car.
Well, if she knew Rob Justice was around, she wouldn't. She'd think twice.
That's right. Well, that's why you need to start to garner a reputation throughout the city, because then people will be aware that if they throw detritus out the window, Rob Justice might be there.
You get a bumper sticker say, I stopped for detritus.
Yeah, you need that. Yeah, that's right.
I don't even have a split second to be upset.
Oh.
Because what happens is, what I hear is, like someone like fucking slams on the brakes, and then I look like out of the corner of my eye and the mirror, I see a Jeep that's behind her that like swerves, right? And then honks on his horn. And then I look back, and this guy's in a dead stop, and then there's cars behind him, and he's like yelling at her, but she's pretending not to notice. And I'm like, okay, like, let's get out the popcorn, because now I want to see what's happening. The light goes green, and we pull up, and I see he's trying to get behind me or next to me just to get next to her.
Yeah.
We come to another red, and he gets right up next to her, and he like pulls up next to her, and he honks on the horn, and he's like, roll down your window. She's not rolling down her window. He spits onto her car. And now I'm like, oh shit. Have the scales of justice flipped?
At what point do you need to engage? Is what you're wondering.
When do I get to get
Yeah,
involved?
when does this become about
Well, now
you?
I'm getting jealous. Now I feel jealous. I'm like, why do I only get to watch this? Why can't I be a part of it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Right? So how can I insert myself into this to raise it from an 8 to like an 11?
Yeah.
Like, let's
Yeah.
just...
Where's the showmanship here?
Where's the opportunity to really escalate this into a dangerous situation?
Right.
So
so that you can feel something.
So that I can feel as though I'm important.
Right.
So I can make this about me and not his spit or her detritus.
Do you still have the metal baseball bats in the back of your car?
No, there was a thought. There was a thought
I love the double.
Who do you bash? Right? That's the question. It's like,
Well, you can
I
bash
know I
them
should
both.
bash someone with this bat.
Like
Rob Justice.
He gets the Jeep and
There
the
are no
Beamer.
winners in this, only losers.
That's right.
Yeah, so you might as well bash a couple loser nerds.
Yeah.
This is actually one of the segments I'd like to add to the show, which is Who Are We Doing It Versus? Which I thought might be good if every episode we find somebody for you guys to do the podcast against. And for this episode, I thought we could do it against negative comments that we've received about the podcast, which I have in this coffee cup. If you guys wanted to pull any out and read some negative criticisms.
Why don't you want to just grab a handful of those? Or no, you're going to take the whole
pull
thing.
them out randomly.
Great to see the real tired and grumpy actors behind behind these attractive and polished characters.
Sure.
Some of the whitest shit I'm going to see today. That's great. I mean, that's encouraging.
That's about right.
That's pretty white.
It doesn't get much whiter.
I think
Doesn't
that
get
was
much
when we
whiter.
were doing this bit. That's where you go. That's where you do the.
Pull it back.
Yeah, you gotta have the.
I wonder why all three of their postures are overly feminine. Must be something that naturally happens after living in Hollywood after all those years.
What the hell?
What is a feminine
I like
posture?
how the two
hell
of
are they
you.
even talking
Charlie
about?
didn't move at all. The two of you just like
Wait a second.
What are they? What?
I have no idea.
Seriously, what are they referring to? That's ridiculous.
Shocked.
Yeah, I don't like understand it at all. The real story is we started dating and she was like 6 months out of a 6-year relationship. So she was like just not ready to be in a relationship. And I could tell, and she pretty much told me as much. And I had been single for like 3 years and, you know, wasn't like trying to get in a relationship. But when I met her, I was like, oh, this isn't the kind of girl that I just want to date. Like this is like serious girlfriend, possibly marrying material. And she just wasn't ready for that. So we dated for like, I don't know, 3 weeks. And then I actually called it off because I was like, I don't want to just date you. And this feels weird. And I feel like it's, you know, like we're just like, it was a dynamic that wasn't quite working. And I was like, I don't want
This is a good move. This is a Howerton special. You saw that she was going to do it first.
Dennis system.
And you said no. You said no. You saw the writing on the wall and you were like, this woman is great. She's going to tell me to fuck off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell her to fuck off first.
Well, yes, but it was also, you know, I was
Mind
aware.
game.
I was aware in the back of my head that like I was doing something arguably sort of impressive. Walking away from a relationship.
Impressed by this breakup system.
Well, because
The
my
Glenn system.
reason for breaking up with her was that I liked her too much. And that she wasn't ready for what I had to offer.
We got to get a board up here and get the Glenn system up. I want to know the acronym.
What was her reaction to that?
Well,
I will marry you and have your baby.
Yeah. No, at first it's, oh, okay. But then weeks go by and she's like, what?
She's like, this creep's trying to Glenn me.
He's trying to,
He's trying to Glenn me, but somehow I'm into it.
What would the Glenn system be?
Yeah, G.
Gloat.
Gloat first.
Go to woman.
I think
Go for it.
to woman.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Go for it.
L.
Then
Love making.
Lift off. Yeah, love making.
Love making.
Go for it. Love making.
Exit.
Escalate.
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 NN. Never negotiate.
Never.
No, well, no. And that's like a classic
neglect.
What is that weird like pickup artist shit? What do they call it?
Oh, negging.
Negging.
Oh, negging.
Negging.
Neg.
So that was your first N is the neg.
Neg.
So you took it all the way. Then you negged her.
Neg and then nuptials.
Neg and then nuptials.
Nuptials. That was the Glenn system. Yeah.
Wow.
Just the one time. Just the one time.
I would love to see if you guys, just on memory and having just seen the episode, could recreate right for us right now, recreate the scene in which you come in with the beers and you are trying to get him to sleep in your bed.
Like actually try to remember the words?
Well, and then come up and then improv your own words as recognizing what the scenario is.
Yeah, we could try.
Can always cut it.
Okay, now Glenn, is Dennis Reynolds here?
Yeah, sadly, always.
Charlie Cale here? Yep, here we go. And act.
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Hey.
I'm glad you made it. I grabbed that sleeping bag from you.
Oh, yeah. No, that's okay, because...
Yeah, I'm just going to...
you in your room?
Yeah, I'm glad you came over, man. I'm going to pop this in my room, and then, we can get that set up, and then we can forget about that and move on to whatever else.
No, I think I was going to sleep in Mac's room, so...
Oh, well, I mean, there's a lot more room in my, room, and Mac's room's kind of small.
I made a plan already, so...
Yeah, but, okay.
Feel bad if I wasn't in his room when he got back here.
Okay, all right.
Wherever he's from.
That's cool. We'll toss that in his room, and then we'll get into it. I've just got a bunch of new DVDs. Some sequels that maybe you haven't seen.
Yeah, but maybe I haven't seen the first one.
Well, I probably got the first one too. If I've got the DVD, the second one. I've probably got the first one too. If I have the second one, I've got the first one.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we can sift through those and
I really
find.
Liked the first one.
You don't even know what movie we're talking.
Wait, get through that. Wait.
Yeah, that would be the bit. So what would happen is we would be like, "Oh, that's really funny."
That's what the scene's about now.
And then we would laugh through the first take of it.
Okay. Now make the whole thing. Make the whole thing about the movie.
We're just gonna.
He doesn't like that. He doesn't even know what they are.
Okay.
But I don't really like the first one, because the first one was kind of scary.
Okay, we haven't established what movie we're talking about here.
Well, most of them.
Most of the first of movies that have sequels are scary to you?
Well, there's always you never know when something's gonna be there's gonna be a bang or
okay. Yeah, and you get startled easy. That's fine. Well, we can do a comedy. I've got Three Amigos. When was the last time you saw Three Amigos?
Some of my eyes are. There's too many Amigos.
That's an odd number.
Yeah, that's an odd number of Amigos. Now we're back to counting. So.